Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Ōkami. Last time, we made our way here to the Imperial Palace, and we discovered our awesome power of Veil of Mist, obtained from Kasugami. And we also met with Kaguya, Mr. Bamboo's long-lost granddaughter who we mentioned back in Kamiki Village. This time, now that we have Veil of Mist, we can get past this person with the broom, because we can move so fast that they don't even know what hit them. Definitely awesome. We're going to have to do that multiple times to get through this area, and you're going to want to be very on point with your Veil of Mist, otherwise you're going to get just broomed away, and that's not very good. Have yet another Golden Gate right here, which is kind of crazy. Honestly, I don't feel in too much danger in this area. Veil of Mist is a very, very powerful technique when fighting most enemies, so you really don't have to worry too much once you have it. Anyway, right here we have an Infinity Stone, which is a very good item, regardless of the circumstances. So you bet I want to pick that up. Anyway, is there any good water right here? Yes, there is. Let's put water into this thing. Same general thing we saw back in the Sasa Sanctuary. So let's hop right on over here. Alrighty. This one's a little bit treacherous, but we want to fill up this one as well to get it to literally tip the odds in our favor, and now we can hop right up here onto this one. Heading right on over here, we have yet another one of these platform spiders. So we're going to ride him all the way up to the top here, and now we're going to get to something pretty interesting. Hey, look over there, Ami. Isn't that the Emperor? I'd heard that he was sick in bed, but I never expected him to be the source of that funky mist. Now, how are we going to straighten out this royal oaf? I mean, we're still too big to fit through his mosquito net. Yes, indeed, we're going to have to get a little creative to get on inside there. Anyway, something I want to point out, there are blue demon scrolls in this area, and this is the only place in the entire game, aside from one other place, where you can encounter a certain enemy, which unfortunately I did not see in this fight, but we're definitely going to want to keep that in mind, because we want to fight that enemy, especially if you're going out to complete the bestiary, because the game does actually keep track of every enemy that you fight in the entire game, so you're gonna want to fight everything in here if you're going for 100%. Unfortunately, it looks like this guy's floral finisher is actually Power Slash and not Veil of Mist, so it's a good thing I actually got it. And we obtained a Holy Bone M from somewhere, which I'll definitely take. Got a lot of money for that fight. Wow. Alright, can this guy bring out the enemy that I would like to fight? Ah, yes it is. Right there is a Fire Doom mirror and also an Ice Doom mirror. I believe the Fire Doom mirror you can only fight in this area and one other area, but this is by far the easier area to fight this guy in, so you're definitely going to want to go after them in this manner. And unfortunately it looks like that guy's floral finisher is not Power Slash. And wow, I actually ran out of ink. That's surprising to me. Anyway, I think what we want to do is we want to use wind right here. Or not. Ow. Ow. You big jerk. Ow. Come on. Alright. That was definitely interesting. Alright, let's wail on this guy as much as we can. There we go. Give him a Power Slash, and unfortunately we are out of ink, which means we're going to have to stall a little bit. Alright, let's finish this guy off as best we can. There we go. Alright, now is it Veil of Mist? No. Is it Power Slash? No. Unfortunately, once you try Power Slash, you're pretty much done, because that counts as a final blow. And yeah, that wasn't exactly my proudest moment. But yes, if you're going for completion of the bestiary, that is the soonest point that you can fight a Fire Doom mirror for quite a while. So if you're going out for completion on that front, you're definitely going to want to grab it. Alright. There's a little bit of odd platforming right here, so if you're not the biggest fan of platforming, this might get a little frustrating. Oh wow, we actually made that. That was close, actually. I definitely recommend ample use of Veil of Mist if you're not really too confident in your precision jumping, because Veil of Mist will slow these guys down considerably, and that can be very, very helpful if you're having issues. Anyway, yet another Golden Gate right here. Kind of insane, actually. And if you look on the map, this is actually its own little section of this room. And as a result, I believe you actually get faded to black if you manage to fail in this area instead of falling back down to the bottom. Yep, look, yep, I just proved that. Alright, anyway, there are these swinging spiders right here, and you're gonna want to use Veil of Mist to get past them. Because otherwise they swing very, very quickly, and you're gonna want to... Oops. And you're gonna want to be very, very careful. Wow, am I really gonna die just from falling down pits? That's ridiculous! Oh my god, I forgot they moved that fast! Okay. Wow. Alright. That was a trip. I am astounded I survived that. Alright, looks like this is the edge of the room right here. I'd love to get to the next save mirror without dying, because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but when you enter the aura of a save mirror, you will actually get all of your health restored. So it's definitely worth checking out. Anyway, right here we have a lot of blocking spiders that we're gonna want to keep out of the way of. Ow. Alright, let's head right on. Oh, come on. This is embarrassing. This really is embarrassing. Anyway, let's... Come on. Oh, wow, that does a whole solar unit. This is sad. This is really sad. So we're gonna heal up there since the game so generously gave us one of those Holy Bone M's earlier. I believe there are treasures up on this floor if you're willing to look, I think, but as evidenced by what just happened, I'm really not the best at navigating this area, so I think we're just going to move onwards. Check it out, Ami. The Emperor's directly below us. It's like the Royal Oaf's mouth is just begging us to dive on in. Well, you know what they say, you soon leap before you think. Are we inside the Emperor's body now? Wow, Ami, you're one fearless wolf. This should be the fastest way to get to the root of the problem. Hey, what's this funny-looking thing here? Oh, I know. It's that dangly thing that hangs down in the back of the throat. I bet if we tickled it, this Royal Oaf would sneeze. That's probably our best bet for getting out of here. But let's save that for later. We're going the other way now. The other way, Yisun? I wouldn't word it quite that way. Makes it sound a lot more gruesome than it is. But anyway, this is indeed inside the Emperor. Kind of reminds you of that one dungeon from Ocarina of Time, doesn't it? Anyway, if we head right on down this way, there is a save mirror, so I definitely recommend saving if you're unsure of where to proceed, because, surprise, surprise, the boss of this area is actually coming up pretty soon. But I think I'm going to forego the saving and just go right on in, leap before we think. Wonder what's in there. I have a feeling we're in for trouble. You're not going to turn back now, are you, Ami? Want to turn back? No way! Right now. Yeah, no way. Good answer. Okay, you know the drill. Leap before you think. And here we have yet another Golden Gate, even though there was a save mirror literally the room before us. Let's head right on down this veiny hallway. Ugh. All the way over to this point. And you know what? I think we want to jump even further down to this arena. way. This is insane. That mist. It's alive, Ami. This here is Blight, the cause of the mist. Under my control, this body breathes evil mist over the city. And you, Mutt, you dare attempt to clear the skies of my poison? Waging battle with me inside a human body will be no easy task. Even now, Gold Nail, the mighty sword, cries out for your blood. Come, step forward so that I, the indomitable Blight, may cut you down. Haha, I'll step forward, alright. You're a real piece of work, Blight. Better say your prayers. You uncultured wretch. Be warned, we are in the very bowels of the Emperor. If we fight here, his body will not... Give me a break. A little action here will help him wake up. But never mind that. You're the one behind that poison mist. Possessing a human body may be an elaborate trick, but it ends now. With my supreme blade Denkomaru, I, the magnificent Isun, shall rend that hunk of junk you call a sword. Not without our help, Isun. So begins the battle with Blight. This guy is pretty interesting. Try as you might to power slash him, it ain't gonna work. And as you can tell, he is incredibly fast. So you're definitely going to want to keep that in mind when you are fighting this guy, because he is so fast. Anyway, when he brings up these swords, you want to hit the one that glows blue. Although it's pretty easy to just hit all of them, the actual enemy here is indeed the sword, and if you cast up the Veil of Mist, it's usually going to increase the resistance time where the enemy will be open to attack, so you're definitely going to want to keep that in mind. Unfortunately, once he's had enough, he is going to blast out a little bit and then go and stab the husk in the back, repossessing it. So yes, the enemy is Blight, but honestly, Gold Nail is what is truly driving the evil here. Anyway, when he is warping there, he is actually vulnerable to attack, so you're definitely going to want to take advantage of that. Alright, off he goes. Let's hit him with a super powerful attack right there, and it seems, since we hit him with such a powerful move, we've actually stunned Gold Nail immediately, which is awesome. Gonna want to hit it with a lot of charged up shots. Let's see, can we get another couple of hits in? Yes. Using Veil of Mist, you can get through this guy pretty quickly, because you can increase his time of vulnerability using Veil of Mist. Anyway, it looks like we have just about one round left, and I have to say, this is a really dark and dreary arena. Like, seriously, it's kind of freaky. Alright, we're almost there. Oh, he's got like a sliver of health left, come on. Alright, there we go, there's that glowing sword. Let's charge up and finish him! And with that, we obtain the Divine Instrument Exorcism Beads. Purifying rosary that contains the power of holy light. Blight, a disease residing within the Emperor's body, and born of the intense hatred and evil of the cursed sword Gold Nail, was the source of the acrid mist that had plagued the capital's citizenry. But even a creature so despicable and full of hatred was no match for our intrepid heroes Amaterasu and Isun. Blight's defeat brought with it a lifting of the acrid fog. The Emperor, now freed of evil's influence, returned to normal. Amaterasu and the others had earned a brief moment of respite. However, evil conspired to cut the tranquil scene short. From Goldnail's defeated form rose the familiar blackness. The spirit of evil and hatred that had resided within the sword, black as midnight and deep as the sea, rose slowly skyward. Make no mistake, this was undoubtedly one of the foul spirits that dispersed from Orochi's broken body. Quickly and steadily it rose. Then it shot off toward the distant sea and over the horizon. It moved with purpose, as if to a rendezvous with a lost friend. Amaterasu and the others had no time to rest. If they were truly to restore the capital to its normal routine, they still had to deal with the threat of the water dragon. This tale is far from over. Hey, you, aren't you forgetting something? You had it coming big time, gas bag. You aren't even in the same league as the magnificent Isun. Well, Furball, that's that. How about one of those victory howls? Oh, wait, I almost forgot. That babe Kaguya's still locked up. Ami, seems Pops is still snoozing away. How about we just take control and make him unlock her cell? Why bother with waking him up to explain everything anyway? Huh? You don't get it, do ya? Watch and learn, my furry friend. Now, where Isun learned how to do this, I have no idea. First, I'll stir up his stomach like this, and then... What the... Yikes! What the... Hey, are you okay, Ami? Looks like we managed to make the Emperor stand up. Come on, we gotta get this royal oaf moving. Let's get him over to where they're holding Kaguya. Yes, indeed, and I have to say this walking cycle is hilarious. Your Highness, you're well enough to walk around again. That Kaguya girl was imprisoned just as you ordered, sire. But she's done no wrong, so I can't understand why. Not that I'm doubting your bountiful wisdom, your Highness. Interesting. Let's just loaf over here. Interestingly enough, check out this guy's walking cycle. It's just so brilliant. Your Highness, I know you have already refused to see a doctor, but surely it would be wise to seek treatment. Some people are even starting to say your illness is what's... not that I think anything of the sort, of course. You have to wonder what actually happens to people that question the Emperor, considering how nervous these people are to do so. Anyway, right on over here. Are you the Emperor? But if you're here, does that mean those two are... Oh dear, it's all my fault. How shall I ever apologize? Let's see. How about you start off by making me 100 dumplings? Huh? Haha, just pulling your leg, sweetie. That voice. You think we'd buy the farm that easy? The Emperor was being controlled by a nasty stomach virus. But we took care of it. Things should get back to normal soon. Now, let's make this royal oaf open your cell. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I thought I'd never get out of there. No time for chit-chat, Bamboo Girl. We freed the Emperor from that monster controlling him. But things are still a bit dicey around here. We're gonna hightail it out of this place. I suggest you do too. Now let's see here. Oh yeah, coochie coochie coo. I can tell what you want to do, Ami. I agree. That'll make it feel like we've set things straight here. I mean, we've already freed that bamboo girl. Now, give one of those victory howls to wake up the Emperor.